It having reached the hour of 5:30, I am calling the June 25th, 2024 Modesto City Council meeting to order and ask the city clerk to please call the roll.
Councilmember Ricky.
Here.
Councilmember Bavaro.
Here.
Councilmember Williams.
Here.
Councilmember Wright.
Here.
Councilmember Scutia Brayton.
Here.
Vice Mayor Alvarez.
Here.
And Mayor Zwellen.
Here. Will everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the invocation from Carlos Gonzalez, City Ministry Network. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good afternoon. Let us pray. Lord, thank you for how good you are towards our city and how good you are towards us. Thank you for your grace and mercy. Thank you because you love our city. Today we pray for those on the council. You have placed them there and given them this privilege and responsibility. I pray that, Lord, through their decisions, those in our city can live lives full of peace and dignity. I pray that through their leadership, Modesto becomes a good place to grow up in and grow old in. I pray you bless them, bless their families, and give them grace and wisdom that they need to lead this city. Thank you because for such a time as this, you have placed them on this council. Please, Lord, guide them, give them direction, and in their time of need, may they feel comfortable to come to you. In your name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Carlos.
Thank you. Does the city clerk have any announcements?
Yes, Mayor. Just a reminder, public comment is 3 minutes, and there are blue speaker cards at the entrance of the chambers.
Thank you. Do any of the council members have any conflicts of interest?
And Mayor, I'll make a comment here. Councilmember Bavaro will be recusing himself from item 21. Although the item does not directly relate, is not directly related to Councilmember Bavaro, Pizzoni Engineering is one of his clients, therefore recusal is necessary.
Thank you. Will the city attorney please report out on closed session?
Yes, Mayor. The council held closed session today on an item related to real property negotiations. No reportable action was taken.
All right, thank you. Next on the agenda is acknowledgements and presentations, and item 1 is a poem by outgoing poet laureate Sal Salerno. We will now hear the poem. Welcome.
Well, that went by quickly, those 4 years. This is Hail and Farewell. My run was modest, oh, with an urgency low as expected, but my poems reached some of you. Of restaurants and murals I sang, of the resurgence in arts and the city after what both went through. Of King Kennedy Center and public music, too, I sang. Of tiny libraries and the great outdoors. Of museums with our culture's history to view. I sang to tidy up and to bring on a better year. Did you see me on the internet line, perhaps, or that bookstore, art gallery, author's fair, or behind my typer's click and clack? Maybe I saw you, for I was then and there. But time draws finish lines, and it is stopping my run. So, hail and farewell. It has been worthy to serve you. Modesto, I had some muses moments in your sun, even if those who heard me were few. Remember, every day could use some poetry, if not as spoken or inscribed as words, as acts of love, to leave some empathy behind, so that the poetry of compassion can be heard. As for you and me, dear readers, it is still a fine thing to be sharing this town. Perhaps we will meet around some corner. Maybe our trails would cross on our rounds. And if you would like to hear another look, I will sing on always in my books.
Thank you. Please stay here. Thank you. That was beautiful.
Did you say stay for?
Yes, just stay here for a moment.
Okay.
We have an acknowledgement that we'd like to make.
Okay.
Are there any comments from council members? Councilmember Williams.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you for your inclusivity in gathering all of Modesto and all of its cultures, even in your final poem. Of course, not your final, but for the City of Modesto. So thank you for your service.
Yeah, glad to be of some service.
All right. I have a certificate of appreciation that I will bring down.
Mayor,
and it
we have
says-
one more hand up.
Oh, excuse me?
Rosa.
Oh,
Councilmember
that.
Rosa.
All right. Sorry, Rosa, I'm going to have to remember that you are in Georgia.
apologize.
And I need to, no, do not apologize. I just need to look for your hand being raised. Please, go ahead.
Thank you for the opportunity. And welcome, and thank you, Mr. Salermo. At the last council meeting, I acknowledged your service and thanked you for your dedication in the last 4 years to bringing beauty and poetry to the city of Modesto. But I'll do it again and to you presently at this meeting. Again, thank you for your service in the form of poetry. It's a lovely medium to convey beauty and commonality to our Modesto. So thank you.
Thank you.
All right, any other comments? Thank you, Rosa. All right, so I have a certificate of appreciation presented to South Salerno on this day of June 25th, 2024. On behalf of the Modesto City Council, I extend my heartfelt gratitude for your dedicated service as the Poet Laureate of Modesto over the past 4 years. You have been a true inspiration to us all. And now I will bring the certificate down to present. Thanks again. Next on the agenda is item 2, our Youth Commission presentation. Presenting will be Abigail Manzano, Vice Chair of the Youth Commission. Welcome.
Good evening, Mayor Zawalin and council members. My name is Abigail Manzano, and I am the Youth Commission's Vice Chair. Tonight, I will be introducing the rest of the Youth Commission. Saida Alvarez, Kayvon Bananka, who unfortunately could not be here with us, Belle Garza, Edie Hughes, Hamza Modon, Martin Montez, and Sabrina Tor. And finally, Lola Evans, our chair, who also unfortunately could not be with us today. I will also be introducing our subcommittees as we split ourselves into subcommittees to tackle the various goals that we have for this year. And those subcommittees include outreach, community service, social media and communications, diversity, equity, and inclusion, and leadership. So those were our subcommittees.
Hi, my name is Hamza Modan, and thank you for this opportunity to present today. And
This Youth Commission wouldn't be a governmental organization if we didn't have the opportunity to connect with our community and the youth in our community. And we are so thankful we had the opportunity to do that and to host activities, test governmental knowledge, and provide cultural information at several events. Those events included the Hoop for Heroes Fest, the Cultural Festivities Fest, and the Summer Block Party. And we're so grateful. More than they were actually fun, we're also honored to be there and to represent this city council as well from the youth's perspective. And we hope to serve the city for many more years to come.
Thank you.
Good evening, Council. My name is Martin Montez, and tonight, Youth Commission is presenting updated bylaws requesting for your approval with 3 main changes in 3 categories. The first one being from our term extending from 1 year to 2. Second, the amount of commissioners in the committee going from 9 to 17, and also the area of living of a member going from the City of Modesto to the sphere of influence. And if an act, it would allow for more youth to make change in our beautiful city.
Thank you.
The next thing that we will be presenting is the event that we participated in this year, Love Modesto. The Youth Commission this year represented the Hope Blooms Garden Project, where we went to the Monte Rosa Trailhead by Dry Creek, and we cleaned up the roundabout that was in the area where people go and park. And we thought that we decided it was good to do this because people going to the trailhead or going to go hike or play in the park had something beautiful to look at.
This past year, myself and Commissioner Montez were able to work with the Tuolumne River Trust on the Park Youth Committee. During this year, we were able to create a survey with over 200 responses, meet with several council members and the Committee of Public Safety, and create and get approved in a resolution that would help improve the lives or improve the parks in Westside Modesto. Through all, we're very grateful for this year. Good evening, Council. My name is Sabrina Tour, and I'm the founder and president of Creation for Cessation, which is a nonprofit about promoting smoking cessation through art among middle school and high school students in the Stanislaus County. And recently, in February, we had an art exhibition event where we had more than 75 art submissions, where middle school and high school students across Stanislaus County submitted art pieces that related to smoking cessation, the importance of quitting vaping, and the importance of living a healthy lifestyle. And so at this event, we also had Mayor's Wall, and we were fortunate enough for her to speak at this event, and she spoke about her experience as a nurse, seeing or interacting with patients whose life were impacted by smoking, and how art is a powerful messenger. And I also wanted to extend my gratitude to Councilmember Williams, Vice Mayor Eric Alvarez, and also Rosa Scudia-Brayton, Councilmember Scudia-Brayton, for their support with my nonprofit. I met with a few of them last summer regarding my nonprofit and just how to make more of an impact as a new community organization. So I wanted to extend my gratitude and just let you know that I wouldn't be here today without your support. And in the future, I'm looking forward to holding more art exhibitions and partnering with more community organizations. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, my name is Saida Alvarez, and I'm a fellow member on the committee. Now that we have had multiple members share about our successes this year, we want it to be known that we are not done yet. There are multiple things that we would like to continue, our projects that we have in motion already, and just well as other things that we have as a priority for the upcoming 2024 to 2025 term. Some of these include the first item on our list we actually have already volunteered at, and it was a great success. Everything ran smoothly, and it was a wonderful event, and we are very grateful to have had the opportunity to participate in. So now starting off with coming soon, the alternate, this was something we started this year, but we would like to continue in the next term. It is the alternate city flag partner project with the Culture Commission. And another thing is participating in the Stan Yee retreat. We also have, although we did a great job, I feel, in a lot of community outreach at recreation events as we partnered with we partnered with them a lot. I feel like we'd like to still continue that and just get better at it every year. And we'd also like to begin this upcoming year presentations for the freshman students on government to just create the next generation of youth commission members. We'd also although this was a priority, again, we'd like to continue just alcohol and tobacco prevention strategy sessions, just to continue improving Modesto, especially that these are the most affected members on here. Here are the youth. So we'd like to make that a priority. And we'd also like to make neurodiversity, inclusion, and behavioral health projects, which help, again, our community, our youth. We just feel like it's a big issue in our youth. And being the Youth Commission, we just have, we're just looking at the issues that mostly affect us, and just many more. So we look forward to this upcoming term, and we hope you guys are looking forward to what we do next year as well.
All right.
And we also wanted to thank the mayor, council members, department heads, city staff, and other guests who participated in our meetings and taught us and educated us on the workings of the government. And also we wanted to implore the youth to go to modestogov.com and search up the Youth Commission and apply in the upcoming term so that you can also share your voice in the local government. So yeah. So thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Please stay here also. This is actually quite overwhelming. It's, thank you so much for your service and the goodwill that you are spreading throughout our community. You know, it's really interesting that tonight, this was not planned, but that you were here to present all that you've done in our community to make Modesto a better place. And we have 4 students from our sister city, Laval, France, that are 15, 16-year-olds that are here tonight from France to observe how city government works. And then a large group of youth from our church, my church, that are here to observe how it works. And here you all are. So now we have some more voices to go out to the community, to invite other people to be members of the Youth Commission and make this impact that's, just overwhelming. And it's also, our future is in great hands. That's all I can say. I think that, and you're proof, living proof of that. Any other comments from council members regarding the Youth Commission presentation? Jeremiah Williams.
Thank you, Mayor. And I share those same sentiments, and it is wonderful to have other young people in the audience today to watch our young people here that have been selected to be on the Youth Commission, and then to be able to go off to college, and then all of you are coming back home, right? Okay, just for checking. And still be able to share the love that you have for this community throughout the world. But even if you didn't make it back, we would be very, very proud of you for everything that you've already been able to accomplish. And I know that it's not over, and this is going to be great to see you at a double time instead of the single 1 year, now 2 years, and then more of you. Oh my goodness. So that's going to be great. Our young people deserve to be respected and honored. I like what John F. Kennedy said. He said our greatest assets are our youth. Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome. Councilmember Wright.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mayor. I remember 3 years ago, I met with about 4 students that wanted to see our Youth Commission start up again. I think we had it years ago, and then it sort of went away. And after talking with the city manager, was able to get it going. That group has already moved on, and it's great to see how each group has really flourished and really developed more in what you're doing. You are our future leaders here for our city. Hopefully you'll stay in our city and really be a part of it. And I want to thank you especially for taking care of the roundabout in District 6. I really appreciate that. But thank you guys, doing a great job.
All right, Councilmember Ricky.
Thanks, Mayor. I just want to echo the sentiments of my colleagues here. I just appreciate your dedication, appreciate your follow through, appreciate all your hard work this year. I think it's more than just the work, though. I see it as something that inspires your peers to realize that this government is theirs, and it's something that you can take ownership of, and it's something that you can contribute to, and it's something that you can use to make your community better. And so I just appreciate your time and your effort in contributing to the City of Modesto.
All right. right, Vice Mayor Alvarez.
Thank you, Mayor. Again, I just want to echo the sentiments of my colleagues as well. I think when folks often say, you are our future, it kind of is like a cliche, right? But literally, I was literally in your guys' shoes not too long ago. So literally, you guys are our near future. It's like, let that marinate, let that sink in. And when I was your guys' age, 15, 16, I was not doing what you guys were doing. I mean, I was in sports, but I wasn't doing it at this level that you guys are doing it at. So that's indicative of where you guys will be when you're my age, 30, right? And so I think the disposition you guys have developed going through the processes of research, the metrics you guys have been able to analyze and calibrate, you guys could apply that to not just government, but to the private sector and help whatever communities you guys end up in. Hopefully, obviously, you come back to Modesto and use those skills here. You maybe be up here one day, or our executive directors one day, our CEOs one day. But the fact that you learned that here in Modesto, you know, cherish that, because life comes at you fast. And I think you guys will be in really good places in within 5 years. So props to you guys. If you ever need any support, any letters of support, any letters of recommendation, feel free to call my office. I'm happy to lend that. Good work.
Right. Councilmember Escutia Brayton.
Thank you. And I actually want to congratulate you, Mayor, because just days into the job as mayor, your vision that you articulated included a youth commission and how to elevate the voice of our youth. And it was through your efforts that the Youth Commission was reborn, and now they stand before you so articulate and just, and without your efforts, it would not have been possible. I know you've been very active in their meetings, so have I, other council members have as well. And I think we, as what others have said already, are in amazing hands with these young people, and they're diverse in thought, they're diverse in ethnicity and gender, and it's just so impressive that they are Modestans and they're our future. And it's delightful to know that it started local, and it's led by just youthful, intelligent human beings. And again, I know it was your passion, it continues to be your passion, so thank you for your vision. And thank you, commissioners, for your service.
I must give credit where credit is due. And it was even before I was elected when I had a knock on my door from Rana, from Modesto High School student. She knocked on my door at home and said, if or when you are elected mayor, we need to reestablish the Youth Commission. And I 100% agreed. And then guess what? When I was elected, she called and made an appointment with me here at City Hall and said she had the bylaws all laid out, all the changes she wanted to see happen. She had it highlighted. This was a high school student that did this. She really was the person yes, the catalyst. So all the credit to the students and to you there again. We fully expect that you will be our leaders, and we as a council are trying our best to make our city a place where you will all want to return and want to be leaders here and to take all of our jobs and make it even better than it is today. Thank you once again. This is a presentation only, but I hope that you feel how strongly we feel and are so appreciative of your efforts. Thank you so much for being here this evening.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, next on the agenda is item 3. Consider approving the appointments for David Harder, Hewlin Herc Usray, and Jesse Wiggins to the Board of Building Appeals for a 4-year term with the term expiration of January 1st, 2027. Does council have any questions of staff? Seeing none, I'll open this up to the public. Are there any members of the public that would like to speak regarding item 3? Seeing none, I want to make sure. Okay. All right. Please come forward. And I have a statement to make. Sebastian, Mr. Jones, per the accommodation granted to you through the city's accommodation process, you will be provided 5 minutes for your public comment.
Oh, no, just going to say something about the building appeal.
Okay, that's what we're talking about now. Please come forward.
I wasn't here. Did I get approved?
Your name is not listed here.
It was on agenda, what, 3 weeks ago?
Excuse me, we're talking about item 3, and what I stated is what the agenda item is.
Thank you.
Any other members of the public that would like to speak regarding item 3? Seeing none, Councilmember Escutia Brayton, is there anyone present at your location that would like to speak on this item?
No, Mayor, there is not.
All right, I will close public comments and ask council members for comments if there are any. Seeing none, I have a resolution approving the appointments of David Harder, Hewlin Herc Ursray, Jesse Wiggins to the City of Modesto Board of Building Appeals to a 4-year term with a term expiration of January 1st, 2027. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Councilmember Wright. Second by Vice Mayor Alvarez. Will the clerk please call the roll for this item?
Councilmember Ricky. Aye. Councilmember Bavaro.
Aye.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Wright.
Aye.
Councilmember Escutia Brayton.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Alvarez.
Aye.
And Mayor Zwollen.
Aye. The motion carries unanimously. Next is item 4, consider approving the appointments of Craig Lewis and Tim Ragsdale to the Citizens Transportation Sales Tax Commission for a 4-year term with the term from July 1st, 2024 to June 30th, 2028. Does council have any questions of staff? Seeing none, I will open this item, number 4, up to the public. Any members of the public that would like to come forward regarding item 4? Councilmember Escutia Brayton, is there anyone present at your location that would like to speak on this item?
No, Mayor, there is not.
All right, I will close public comments. Any comments from council members? Seeing none, I have a resolution approving the appointments of Craig Lewis and Tim Ragsdale to the Citizens Transportation Sales Tax Commission for a 4-year term with the term from July 1st, 2024 to June 30th, 2028. Do I have a motion?
Move to approve.
Motion by Councilmember Ricky.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Wright. Will the clerk please call the roll for this item?
Councilmember Ricky.
Aye.
Councilmember Bavaro.
Aye.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Wright.
Aye.
Councilmember Escutia Brayton.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Alvarez.
Aye.
And Mayor Zwollen.
Aye. The motion carries unanimously. Next on the agenda is public comment. As noted on the agenda, public comment will be in person only. Zoom will still be available for viewing and wordly translation. Does anyone wish to speak on any item under public comment? This is for items not on the council agenda. You have 3 minutes to speak. Anyone wishing to address the city council is asked to follow the rules of decorum. The rules of decorum are posted at the entrance to the chambers. I will read from the blue speaker cards and call each person up to the podium in the order that they were received. Deanna Washington.
Good evening. Okay, this evening I come to you talking about a business. I live here on the west side. This is my community. This is my neighborhood. This is my city. Born here, not raised here, but I love this town. When I discovered that we had a dispensary on Mays Boulevard, I was kind of shocked. Not shocked because it was the west side, and not shocked that I thought that someone just threw it there. But I think now that I'm aware that the business owner that's there is moving, I'm more concerned with the fact that we have a new 132. This is old 132. We are still a drop away from the Modesto City School District, which is our hub of education for our city. I never want to see that we have a business like a dispensary that looks normal to our little ones. I know that cannabis is used for a lot of different things, but usually it gets a different connotation. This West Side is needing to change our image, change the way people think of us, change what's going on in our neighborhood. I don't want it to be like applesauce for our kids. I would like you to consider that when you do give your proxy for a business to be there, this type of business needs to be in a business district, not near residential, and not in walking distance of our schools. Please pay attention to that. The West Side gets a bad rap all the way around. You don't have to be rich to be clean. We should be putting more wholesome things in this neighborhood because we're trying to change it. I apologize for not being present as much, but I'm going to start. Please consider that.
All right, thank you. Next is Diane Cruzy.
Greetings, Council. Nice to see you. And it's very nice and cool in here. Unfortunately, it's really hot outside, and it has been for quite a few days. So the basic reason I'm here is not because of the item way at the end of this council meeting, which I'm glad that there's going to be some tiny houses, even if it's going to be for the mentally ill, basically. But I'm just here because the homeless, the ones that are on the street and still not getting help, that's why I'm here. So I'm going to be very quiet for 3 minutes, almost. So that's why I'm here. You might consider me a vigil or whatever you want to. Anybody that wants to join me, please do. I want to get more done for the homeless, and I don't see it happening. I say again, I'm here because the homeless that are not mentally ill are not really getting helped. When you think about it, it's really sad that you have to be psychotic in order to get a house. And I consider our county and our city failing drastically right now in what they're doing, and that's why I'm here. And yeah, anybody want to join me? Please come. I'll be here again. Thank you very much. Take care and stay cool.
Thank you. Next is Kevin McClarty.
Good evening, Mayor, City Manager, and others, Council. Council Member Escutia Bratton, I want to take a moment to thank you for your very for your very thorough answers to my questions from the last time I was here. I would like to discuss this matter further if I may now. I now understand that the problem has to do with underlying gas lines. I'm speaking about the ACE train, by the way. And that the gas lines have to be moved before the ACE train can be permitted to pass over them. You mentioned that several people are responsible for this oversight, and that the San Joaquin Rail Commission and Union Pacific Railroad are working diligently to remedy the situation. My questions are, one, is the city going to hold those responsible for this oversight accountable for this financial nightmare? And two, should the company that did the feasibility study have noticed the gas lines before approving the project? Three, how long is this movement of the gas lines going to take? How much will it cost? Who is going to pay for it? And just how much of a Herculean effort is this going to be? Finally, if a temporary station is built in the meantime, what will be the funding source for this project? If it is city money, that is money that the city never would have had to spend had those responsible noticed to the gas lines before the project was started. Will we recoup that money from those responsible entities and in a timely manner? Final question, and this is addressed to the entire council. Will you as a council do everything within your power to prevent a situation whereby Modesto residents are told to go to Manteca or Merced to catch the ACE train to the Bay Area because the train does not stop in Modesto? Will you make that pledge tonight? Thank you.
Thank you. Next is Sebastian Jones. One thing I do want to ask is that it not block anyone's view.
Okay, Mayor.
And I'm not sure how that would be, Mr. Jones, other than if it's over in the corner over here. There you go. Well, and way over there, because we've got people that I can't see and they can't see me or us. No, it needs to be further. Sorry. Further. No. Way over there, because I need to be able to see the entire crowd.
How about right there?
Even further so I can see the entire crowd. There we go.
All right.
Perfect.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
Correcting Mr. Jones. Well, good afternoon, Mayor. I blame Blessing and the City Council. You guys know that I just speak how I speak. No harm done it. But, Mayor, I'm here on two objectives. We was at a situation here, and trust me and believe me what I'm about to say. The Dr. Martin Luther King Center, I call it, has been wrongly discriminated against certain people. Over the 2.5 years, there has been many people that has been turned down as people of color. Now, to prove my point, all you have to do is go to Park and Recreation and ask them how many times Mr. Perfecto have turned down people that want to use their community center in good faith. And then it took Park and Recreation to make a phone call, and then he lies and the door's open. But I don't think that our community and a person like me has to come down to the Park and Recreation and make a statement. Now, the other day we had a forum outside. Ricky, I commend you for being there. and I commend our police chief. Justice for all. It was a community event, and let us be aware of all the situation, the races that we deal with, and stand as law. We're trying to get away from that. I've been in more marches and standoff, dealing with this. Now, I'm asking the city to investigate as a citizen. Why is this man does this to people of color? I kid you not, I'm at your mercy. I tell the truth. And it's not right. But the event went on. Young lady had to be in a wheelchair in the grass. That's sad. And weather was what it was. But it went on. Mayor, as the mayor of this city, this need to stop. When you get Jones down here, it needs to stop. We're not gonna have this. It's not right. I know 3 people it took me to get down there to get them in that building. Why me? Because I move and I move around this town and people depend. I'm getting tired. Now my next objective. Mayor, my passion for Dr. King is deep. I'll die fighting. I have no money. I have nothing but a voice and some feet to walk on doors. You guys know I gathered 8,500 signatures. Nobody never recognized. That building must be named Dr. Martin Luther King. He must stand alone. We got the street, we got the park. I'm gonna bring you $20 million to get another building, gym, you name it, indoor swimming pool. The federal government, we got some money set aside for Dr. King. We lost the bid, but then we won 8.5 because we changed the name. Those 3 names on that building, Mayor, it's getting away from Dr. King. You got the collaborative. Let's take Kennedy's name. There's a park down the street that needs to be named. Let's take his name down there. And let's let Dr. King stand alone. What is the problem? We're the only big city that lasts to get a park in the state of California in Dr. King's name. Now, why we can't have the center? Because they don't even celebrate Kennedy's name. Not even a tuna fish sandwich. It's always Dr. King. And I'm gonna go to respect. But I'll say this. January the 15th. Those do not have a heart for Dr. King. Don't show up at the events. And I'm being honest. If you have nothing to offer, why be there? Thank you.
You're welcome. Next, Sarah Bland Johnson.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone on the council. I really wasn't prepared to say anything, but first I would like to say congratulate the youth that came up, because I remember being that age and being a little intimidated by the adults, but there was a program when I was in middle school and high school. It was called Upward Bound, and it was when we got to go to Stanislaus State from Monday through Friday, and get some college, see what college was like, and then on Friday we get to come home and stuff, and that was a good program. And I don't know why it's not in the schools anymore, or is it? But I think they should bring that back to to the high schools and stuff, because it would prepare the younger youth for things like this. And my second thing is that I want to talk about is the event that Sebastian was just talking about, being at the Martin Luther King Park. Well, we all know these last few days it's been really hot. It was like 100 and something, and we were outside. But to my understanding, when I was growing up on the west side, that King Kennedy Memorial Center was always used for those people that lived on the west side, and we can use that center for different functions like that. But this time, we weren't able to get inside the building. Now, I'm telling you, someone like me that had to sit in my wheelchair in that scorching hot weather was really bad, you know, and then not have access to go to the restroom if I needed to. You know, I just think we could have done better and had it more professional. Even if we had to put out those, what do you call it, porta potties or whatever, you know, it would have been better than just sitting in the hot sun. And by the way, that was a good event, and I learned a lot from all the speakers that got up there. And Chris Rickey, I didn't even know he used to be a producer and stuff, but he gave, you know, a good talk about his background, and then about, you know, some other things, and I thought that was good. And it's just normal people like me, at least I think I'm normal, but, you know, with my disability and everything, I enjoyed coming out and listening to everyone speak, you know, and I got some vital information on other things. But my main thing was, you know, if I had to go to a restroom, I don't want to go to the restrooms that are there for the park, where I know that people have been in doing drugs, and it's usually dirty because sometimes the maintenance people don't, you know, clean up that. But I would have liked to have gone in inside the building and used, you know, and been able to have access to the building and stuff. So that's all that I have to say about that.
All right, thank you. Those are all the blue cards that I have. Councilmember Escudia Brayton, is there anyone present at your location that would like to provide public comment?
No, there is not. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else present here today wishing to come forward to speak under public comment? Please come forward.
Good evening, Mayor and Council Member. My name is Zaf. And you know, I didn't even plan on talking tonight, but I have to say, after listening to Diane, and actually watching her more than listening to her, I thought how many people used to come here and talk on behalf of the homeless people. And almost nobody come here anymore. And I just want you to know, those people, they didn't give up on the homeless people, but they definitely gave us on this council and you, Mayor. You know, every administration in every level of government has daily issues to deal with. They're busy with it. They do it. Some do better jobs than others, but they all do their best. I believe so. But usually every administration has some issues that can actually make a difference, make a big difference for the futures. And you guys had the opportunity to make some difference here. You have 3 members on this council that gave you the blueprint to start to fix the homeless situation. You know, it's not going to fix the homeless situation, it's only the beginning, but it was something good, and you know, probably the cheapest way to deal with the problem too. You still have $3 million you put aside for 33 units of bridge housing, and we're over 6 months later, nothing done with this money. Ask people that walk in with homeless people what they could do with those $3 million. See, I know what my wife doing just with $1,000, $2,000, and I'm amazed how $3 million sits somewhere and nobody doing nothing with them. You know, my wife was gone for 2 months. I was once a while, I can't do what my wife doing, but I was on the street every once a while with a friend of her, helping to her friend. And let me tell you, there are more homeless people today than last year. With all your programs, everything that you feel that you're doing great things, and maybe, but let me tell you, there are more homeless people today. And during the time when you count the homeless people, a lot of them, you didn't even count them. And I tell you, it's sad to see. If I need to think about your legacy, and I remember your failure to deal with the homeless situation, and you had an opportunity. There were 3 members on this council that work hard to not to find a solution for homelessness, but to start to help and to find a solution. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Yes, please. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. My name is Dr. Karen Clark, and I am a member of the community, and I was one of the co-sponsors of Justice for All, eradicating stigma in Stanislaus County. And we did actually have on the books for 3 months at the King Kennedy Center the availability to use the center, and then 3 days prior was told that we could not. Each one of you received an invitation to come to this event because we are concerned about the community and about all people. And I know I'm of African American descent, but there's all kind of racism. And we wanted to stamp out that stigma even for ageism, and really make sure that mental health is addressed, homelessness is addressed. And we had quite a few people that came, and organizations that came to give us information, because that's one thing that we don't do so well, and that is to give out information to the community. So when they do have things that come up in their lives, they know sources to go to. And so why we were denied access 3 days earlier than the event, we were just informed that powerful and influential people, quote unquote, told us that, told the center, Perfecto, that we were not able to have it there. So, Mayor, even if in fact you could address or investigate, because we live on the west side. We're concerned about everyone on the west side, and not just people of color, but all people, because there's all types of racism in Stanislaus County. We have people come as far as Patterson. We have people come from Houston to be able to be there so that they could hear information. And so was grateful that we didn't have to get an approval to be in a park that over 100 people came to. But I just, to echo, please investigate why a community member could not gather community people to be able to give out information and resources that would help us as a community work together. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mayor, if I may, briefly. Scotty, can we
Please,
get...
I want to hear from, go ahead, come forward.
Thank you, council members. My name is Herc Usher. I'm a lifelong resident of Stanislaus County, and I'm going to look at you guys dead in the face, and I'm going to say, please, please, stop building dope dens in Modesto. You guys just approved another one down close to where my business is. $16 million. Have you guys, any of you guys walked over to Kansas House and looked over there and seen what goes on there? It's a dope den. You guys claim that it's going to help the homeless. It's not going to help the homeless. The homeless in this county, this city, is 18 to 40-year-old grown men that refuse to be responsible. Continuing the handouts is not going to help them. Continuing to give them free handouts is not the deal. I don't know why or where or how somebody thinks that's a good idea and to continue to do that. I don't know why we just keep giving and giving and giving with my taxpayer dollars. You guys approved $16 million for a dope den, and I didn't see $1 go to police to protect our businesses down there, to get our windows kicked in, to get urinated and defecated on, to get our property stolen, our fences cut, tagged, painted. I didn't see $1. But you guys approved to go ahead and open up another homeless community, as you call it. Has any of you folks been over to the Kansas House and walked on that property and actually seen what you guys approved over there? Looked inside of a room over there? Seen the people? Have you guys looked at the call log from the police department for that place before you approved that and didn't put $1 towards police protection for the community over there? I would ask you guys to start looking at that stuff before you approve money to build more dope dens. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other members of the public that would like to speak during public comment time? This is for items not on the agenda. All right, seeing none. Next on the agenda is consent items. An item may be removed from consent and discussed at the request of a member of the public or council member. Is there anyone on the council that would like a consent item removed for further discussion? Other than item 21 we will be pulling to vote separately. Is there anyone in the public that would like an item removed from consent for further discussion or comment? Councilmember Scudia Brayton, is there anyone present at your location that would like an item removed from consent for further discussion or comment?
No, there is not. Thank you.
All right. Will the city clerk please read the consent items?
Item 5, consider approving the minutes for the June 11, 2024 council meeting. Item 6, consider approving the State of California Home Key Resolution authorizing a joint application to and participation in the Home Key program for the development at 710 North 9th Street. Item 7, consider approving the Second Amendment increasing the agreement amount with Four Leaf Incorporated for professional services for plan review and inspection services for a total amount not to exceed $642,000 over 5 years for the rental housing safety program. Item 8, consider approving a Modesto Forward grant agreement with Stanislaus Community Foundation to support in-home child care entrepreneurship for a total amount not to exceed $156,758. Item 9, consider approving a Modesto Forward grant agreement with United Way of San Joaquin County for the implementation of a workforce development program by Health Force Partners, Northern San Joaquin Valley, for a total amount not to exceed $500,000 over 2.5 years. Item 10, consider approving the summary vacation of an existing 60 feet wide by approximately 192 feet long, 11,505.95 square feet road right-of-way located at APN 033-089-037. Item 11, consider accepting the Jennings Command Center and Han Lift Station restroom project as complete, releasing securities, releasing payments totaling $568,374 to Harris Builders Incorporated out of Hillmar, and authorizing the city clerk to file a notice of completion. Item 12, consider approving the updates to the city's debt management policy. Item 13, consider approving the updates to the city's investment policy. Item 14, consider accepting the monthly investment report for April 2024. Item 15, consider accepting an informational report for the March and April 2024 grant applications and awards. Item 16, consider accepting an informational report for the May 2024 accounts payable payment register and void report. Item 17, consider approving an automatic aid agreement with Woodland Avenue Fire Protection District for Modesto Fire Fire Department to provide fire-related emergency response to county islands surrounded by the Modesto city limits. Item 18, consider approving the proposed bylaw amendments for the City of Modesto Youth Commission to increase commission members from 9 to 17 and extend the appointment term from 1 year to 2 years. Item 19, consider approving the First Amendment with Adamson Police Products, Los Alamitos, California, for ballistic vests, increasing the agreement amount by $113,416 and extending the term of the agreement from June 30th, 2024 to June 30th, 2025. Item 20, consider approving 2 engineering services agreements with Corolla Engineers out of Walnut Creek, California for the downtown sewer trunk rehabilitation and the Santa Rosa sewer trunk rehabilitation projects in the amount of $935,326 plus $93,534 in additional services if needed for a combined amount not to exceed $1,028,860. Item 21 has been removed from consent for a separate vote. Item 22, consider approving an agreement with Hawk Company out of Loveland, Colorado for field services for parts for a total amount not to exceed $389,405 over 3 years.
All right, may I have a motion to approve the consent calendar as read?
Motion to approve?
Motion by Councilmember Wright.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Williams. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Ricky.
Aye.
Councilmember Bavaro.
Aye.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Wright.
Aye.
Councilmember Scutia Brayton.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Alvarez.
Aye.
And Mayor Zwalin.
Aye, so that passes unanimously. Next, would you please read item 21?
Yes, item 21, consider approving an on-call engineering design services agreement with Pizzoni Engineers Incorporated of Modesto, California for a total amount not to exceed $300,000 over 3 years, and an on-call architectural design services agreement with Red Incorporated Architects out of Modesto for a total amount not to exceed $300,000 over 3 years.
All right, do I have a motion?
Motion to approve?
Motion by Councilmember Wright, second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Ricky. Will the clerk please call, Councilmember Scutia Brayton. Is there anyone present at your location that would like to speak on this item?
None, thank you.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Ricky.
Aye.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Wright.
Aye.
Councilmember Scutia Brayton.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Alvarez.
Aye.
And Mayor Zwalin.
Aye, carries unanimously. Next on the agenda is council comments and report. Or do any of the council members have any comments at this time? Vice Mayor Alvarez.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to be brief tonight. This is the first time I'm hearing about this issue at the King Kennedy Center. And I appreciate Jeremy, our Parks and Rec Director, for getting that contact information from the doctor there. I was going to do that. So we'll follow up with you, and I'm happy to launch an investigation. This is my district. I'm a homeowner in District 2. My family's been there since the 50s, so I understand, and I feel that 100%. And unfortunately, I wasn't there. I was working, but when I got 4 folks coming to the podium talking about one issue, and I could viscerally feel their concern, that's important. And so I just want to extend our apologies on behalf of the City of Modesto to the African American community, to you individuals in particular who are here today. And I'm going to have a talk with the folks over there and try to find out. I don't know the full context, or I'm not blaming anybody. I just know what you all have said on record. But I'm happy to follow up. And now we have your contact, Doctor, and I appreciate you as well, ma'am, for coming out. And I appreciate you guys' sharing this concern. Thank you.
All right, Councilmember Williams.
Thank you, Mayor. I had no idea that was happening that way. I didn't get that information until I think I got a call the night before, but it wasn't about not being able to be in the building. I definitely would have made some calls and tried to figure that out for sure. So I apologize that happened to you all, and I'm certain this won't happen again. I do have a few things I'd like to talk about, Mayor, and that is Juneteenth was last week, Saturday. It was at Crusader Park, and everything went well. I'm very thankful that the mayor was able to make it there, as well as my colleague, Councilmember Wright, was able to make it there. There was another event on the 19th that he will be talking about for Juneteenth. As I move on, tomorrow night is a retirement for George Garner, who has worked with the Mo Band for 50 years and has been a conductor for at least 30 of those years, or 27 or 28 of those years. And he is going to be retiring and be handing the baton to Brad Hart, who is going to take over that position. We commend him. If you have never been to Grisada Park on a Thursday night, it is wholesome, family-oriented. They won't be playing any Rick James or Snoop Dogg, but it definitely will be some symphony music, orchestra music. Not that I'm asking that they play that, I'm just making a comment. Also, Mayor, the 4th of July parade is coming up next week. We will not be having a council meeting. The council will be there, most of them, if not all of them. If you did want to participate in the 4th of July parade, there's still an opportunity to do so. The Friday is the last deadline to do so. You can do so by going to www.modestojulyparade.com. ModestoJulyParade.com, that's one word. I do want to say thank you to the City of Modesto for all of their help in this matter. It's a partnership with Modesto Kiwanis to make this happen. We do have a Grand Marshal. Grand Marshal is the Garden Club, who turned 100 years on February the 12th, 2024. They have never been identified as a Grand Marshal or anything to do with that nature, and we are very, very proud to be able to have them as our Grand Marshal. And with that, we actually named our theme Red, White, and Bloom for this year's 4th of July parade. This is the 151st 4th of July parade consecutively in the City of Modesto. Kiwanis and I have been chairman for this for the last 14 years, and no doubt we will also have a wonderful time. Moving right along, the hometown hero for this year is none other than Jeff Reed and his family, and of course his wife Margaret, who do so much for this community. The list goes on. I don't have time to be able to express all of those things. Champion of the 4th is Darren Morris with VMI Rocks. Currently we have about 90 plus entries and looking for others to want to participate in the red, the white, and the bloom. The Stanislaus County Fair is starting on the 5th. We have a 3-day patriotic drone presentation, which will be the 5th, the 6th, and the 7th, and all that will cost you is an entry fee, and of course you would be able to enjoy all the festivities that are there in Turlock at the Stanislaus County Fair. We did have the French students here. I wish they would have been able to they were able to stand and be recognized, however, they had to go. But the last thing I do want to mention, and a sad note, unfortunately, is a good friend for me, a good friend to this community, a stalwart, charitable, giving individual, Bob Gallo, passed away on Saturday at the age of 89 years old. And Mayor, if it's okay to do a moment of silence for a man who really has done so much for our community.
Sure.
Thank you. Please, a moment of silence for Bob Gallo. Thank you very much, Mayor, and God bless their family.
Councilmember Ricky.
Thanks, Mayor. I just want to, first of all, agree with Council Members Alvarez and Williams. I was at the event, and I think it would have been really nice to have access to the indoors. And I'd just encourage the people that manage the building to make it more accessible to more community groups. I mean, that's what it's there for. So, I want to talk a little bit about this program. I'm really excited about this proposed lowrider building program that our local lowrider clubs and local businesses are putting together in cooperation with Modesto PD, Modesto Junior College, and Modesto City Schools. Again, it's a proposed program, but the idea is to give kids an opportunity to basically give a second life to a retired MPD police cruiser. And I think it's an awesome way to build local pride and a closer relationship between our kids and our police department. And I just think it's super positive, and I'm just really hopeful that we can make it happen. Next thing I want to talk about is Enslin Park. I know that we've been having a lot of issues in Enslin Park. I want to thank the police department for the response to the issues we've been having lately. And I also want to thank the neighbors just for being patient with us while we're working to bring these problems to an end. I'm looking forward to kind of creating some solutions. We had a big meeting at CANA a couple weeks ago where we discussed some ideas to try to take the park back from space for food trucks to bocce ball courts to a community garden, soccer fields, and a lot more. So we're going to take back Enslin Park. We're going to make it happen. Finally, people are talking a lot about dispensaries, and they have a lot of valid concerns, but I think the unfortunate thing is that all too many of us are ignoring the dozens of smoke shops that are in their community right now, literally selling cannabis to kids every day. So if we actually care about things like keeping neighborhoods clean and safe, we need to eliminate smoke shops that are selling contraband that range from pot, meth, mushrooms, and they're selling them literally directly out of their retail locations. Unfortunately, for some reason, I think people focus on the wrong things sometimes. So I applaud the recent busts we've had, but we just can't stop until we can end these kinds of operations. They're a known criminal element distributing contraband every day. Thanks, Mayor.
You're welcome. Councilmember Scudia Brayton.
Thank you, Mayor. I would like to extend a formal greeting from the city of Atlanta, Georgia, where I'm currently at. I'm representing the Stanislaus Council of Governments at the National Association of Regional Council annual conference and board meeting. And this is a body of elected officials and COG personnel throughout the U.S. We convene to discuss issues that impact regions and our cities. And I very much look forward to going back to Modesto and sharing with you all best practices I've learned and also debriefing with you on the many amazing things I have shared with everyone in regards to the good work we are doing in Modesto. And it's 95 degrees with 90% humidity here. So yeah, that's something to get used to. But talking about interesting and challenging weather, we are in the peak of fire season. So wildfires are affecting our area, in our region, in our air quality, unfortunately. The Valley Air District addresses this. I sit on the board of directors for the Valley Air District. The district and the board encourage our community to take proactive steps to protect yourself and your family during this time where air quality is poor and it has harmful effects. And so I encourage you to go onto the website. The public can check the district's wildfire prevention and response page at valleyair.org/wildfires. Again, valleyair.org/wildfires. For more information about any wildfires affecting the valley, you could also download an app that can tell you what the air quality is at that given moment. I have the app on my phone, and just the other day I logged in there and it told me what wildfires were going on in the region and how the air was coming in and the quality of it. So if you or your loved one is impacted by, or their health is compromised by poor air quality, those vital tools you definitely want to download. Lastly, again, as Councilmember Williams said, we won't meet until after the 4th of July, so I just wanted to say happy upcoming 4th of July. I'm very much looking forward to participating in the parade. I'm also very much looking forward to participating in the celebrations in our community that celebrate our nation's independence. day. I personally am going to be attending the county fair and also the SMBU drone fireworks display. And this is a wonderful way to enjoy the celebration and the sparks and crackle of fireworks, but in a safe manner and with fireworks that don't burn and don't make the 4th of July the worst day for air quality. So these two drone shows were funded by a $50,000 grant provided by the Valley Air Board, and they continue to have funding in that regard. So again, if you're interested in more information on that, I encourage you to log on to valleyair.com. That's it. Thank you very much.
All right, Councilmember Bavaro.
Thank you, Mayor. This afternoon, or actually this morning in the heat, Councilman Williams, Wright, Alvarez, the mayor, and myself attended Fire Chief Wise's swearing-in ceremony, 13th Fire Chief in the City of Modesto. And just like to acknowledge his ceremony and again congratulate him on his new endeavors. Reporting on my district, this last week or so I had meetings in neighborhood meetings in Lakewood neighborhood and Lincoln Estates. Those went very well. Large turnout, believe it or not. And great discussion on how Measure H money is being spent. Police was a strong topic, fire, public safety. And we have, in my district, we have several other neighborhood meetings scheduled, and it's really very, I'm very happy with my district and the networking we've done through my advisory committee and really connecting with the people in District 4. Also in District 4, I saw Lieutenant Modesto Police Department Lieutenant Hammond and the chat team working in a park in my district, and we're let's just say we're making some improvements. Also would like to ditto Councilmember Ricky's comments on the smoke shops. I have many of them in my district. I have some concerns about what is going on in those forms of business, and I would just like to acknowledge Hert's comments and appreciate him coming tonight and expressing those concerns. Finally, I'd like to just acknowledge my cousin, Valentia Pozzini. She was the first female elected in Batrito, Italy, which is in Puglia, and she's a tough cookie. I'm not sure if she's a communist or not, but I don't know what the political parties there are different. I don't know what she's going to do, but she's a tough cookie. And she's on the city council, and as I said, the first female, so good for her. Thank you.
All right, Councilmember Wright.
Thank you, Mayor. Last Wednesday, Councilmember Williams and myself was able to be at the Juneteenth Freedom Day March from Downey to the Masonic Temple on Rose. It was a beautiful morning to march. The only sad thing is that I wish we had more people out. It's an important time to remember what freedom's all about, and freedom's for everyone. But it was a great time afterwards. They're at the Masonic Temple. I had some great conversations with different ones there, and it was just a very, very delightful day. And also, too, I want to welcome Chief Wise as our new chief for our fire department that covers, I think, 3 different cities and also the county. You're doing a great job. The fire department's doing a great job, and we're looking forward to your command and hopefully having a great time. Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome. Any other comments from council members?
No.
All right, I will, without being too redundant, note Bob Gallo's death. He and his wife, Marie, were instrumental in bringing such delight to our community. And I know my mother at one time said she had a conversation with Marie, and she said that the gift that Modesto gave to them was that their family could live amongst us, which could not happen in a lot of other places, considering the business that they were in and owned. So I always was proud of that. Thank you to everyone here that made that possible, and we will certainly remember Bob and his wife, Marie. Since we met, I know we talked a little bit about the Dos Rios Park opening. This is the latest California state park that is in Modesto. 17 minutes from City Hall. You just go out Paradise Road, turn left on Shiloh, and you feel that you are in a different land. To see the birds, to feel the wind, to see the river and the pond, it's just absolutely delightful. So I encourage everyone to take advantage of that. I attended a Khmer student graduation, which was really exciting to see the students and the wonderful accomplishments that they have done in their lives. And I attended One Valley Mini Stories at our little local Prospect Theater, where we heard numerous stories of residents from Modesto and what brought them here, some of their history, and how this community has embraced them. I would be amiss if I did not recognize Chief Wise. Once again, our new fire chief, just today, took the oath of office from our city clerk, and we're thrilled to have you, and I know we will have many opportunities to grow and develop and to make our city even better. So thank you ahead of time for your service. Next on the agenda is city manager comments and reports. And then tonight. All right, we will take a 5-minute break to 6:56 p.m. and then come back for item 23 under new business. we ready to begin? Almost. All right, next on the agenda is new business. Item 23, consider approving a right of entry agreement with Dignity Moves for the development of a 42-unit bridge housing project on a city-owned parcel located on the corner of 9th and E Street, and approving a 3-year lease agreement with Modesto BHBH LP in the amount of $1 per year for the operation of the bridge housing project. And we will have a staff report from Edgar Garcia. Welcome.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, Mayor and Council. My name is Edgar Garcia, Community Development Manager. The item before you, as stated by the Mayor, is for a bridge housing project located at 402 9th Street, a city-owned property. Beginning with some background, through AB 179, signed into law in 2022, created a $1.5 billion program titled Behavioral Health Bridge Housing Program that distributed BHBH funding to counties across the state. And the primary focus of the BHBH program is to address the immediate and sustainable housing needs of people experiencing homelessness who have serious behavioral health conditions, including serious mental illness and/or substance use disorder. Stanislaus County Behavioral Health and Recovery Services applied and was awarded BHBH funds on June 23rd, 2023. And the county approved an allocation of just north of $3 million for the development of the project before you tonight, with a maximum allocation for the infrastructure of $75,000 per unit. So the project location before you includes the 402 9th Street. The county sought a partnership with the City of Modesto to develop a bridge housing project for individuals who have a serious mental illness and or substance use disorder, with a priority for those who are going through the care court process. The city owns the parcel at the corner of 9th and E Street, adjacent to homeless services in Modesto. And Stanislaus County BHRS approached the city for the use of the site to develop the project. On April 30th, 2024, the Board of Supervisors approved an agreement with Dignity Moves for the development of the project located at the site before you. And on the image before you, you'll see an aerial of the site at 9th and E. In order to bring this project to fruition, county began engaging the appropriate partners in order to bring this project forward. County BHRS, as mentioned, will fund the construction and operations as well as serve as a service provider for the individuals that are living on this campus. Dignity Moves, BHRS is partnered with Dignity Moves as the developer for this project. And UP Holdings and RH Developers, who will serve as the operator, and the county is currently seeking a partnership for the property management, maintenance, and security of the site, and will utilize the said funding for these services. And the city, as property owner, requires a right of entry with Dignity Moves in order to authorize the improvements to the city property. Additionally, in order to make this project work, city staff is recommending a lease with Modesto BHBH LP at the cost of $1 per year for the lease of the project throughout the project term. In addition, the project partners are before you. The host site is City of Modesto, as mentioned, the site operator, UP Holdings, and the service provider, County BHRS. The city will own, of course, the site, and the city will lease the site for the operations for the 3-year period of time. The site operator will be responsible for maintaining a safe and operable place for residents, and this will include staff on site during the daytime and overnight security. And the site operator will also partner with service providers to develop a plan for permanent housing beyond their stay at this bridge housing location. The county will provide referrals and support with linkages to benefits, medical services, mental health services, and support individuals in housing navigation with the goal to help them advance to permanent housing. The unit before you includes the units that will be utilized for this project. This is referred to as a Boss Cube 64, and it is approximately 8.5 by 8.5 feet, 8 feet tall, 9 foot on the taller side. It includes 3 windows on the front of the unit, includes bed, desk, and electrical access. It includes a smoke and carbon monoxide alarm as well. The site details include before you the site plan, a 42-unit interim housing complex patterned after a similar complex in Santa Barbara, and includes toilets, showers, dining areas, laundry facilities, offices, computer lab, a dog run, and social areas. 3 of the units will accommodate residents with accessibility needs, and the target population, as mentioned, to be served through this project will be care court clients and other clients with either a substance use disorder or a serious mental illness. The infrastructure development budget for the 42 units is at not to exceed $3,023,037. As part of this project, the city, in order to engage the public, sent notices via mail to all property owners and lessees within 300 feet of the property to provide an overview of the project and offer the public an opportunity to provide feedback on the project. The city held a meeting at 828 Street Weave Building on Thursday, May 30th, and the city also met on site with the adjacent property owners to answer any questions regarding the proposed project. Additionally, the city and county are also regularly meeting with partner agencies that can support the clients long-term, including the Salvation Army and other county agencies, including specifically nonprofits such as Community Housing and Shelter Services, Downtown Streets Team, and Salvation Army to help ensure its services are aligned to support clients in their transition to permanent housing. And transitioning into the fiscal impact, the construction and ongoing operations will be fully funded by Stanislaus County Behavioral Health and Recovery Services, and the total cost of construction is not to exceed $3,023,037, and the operations cost is just north of $1 million a year, for a total of $3,067,734 throughout the term of the 3-year lease that the county is currently negotiating. The proposed lease that the city will enter into with RH Builders, Modesto BHBH LP, will result in $1 per year for the 3-year period, and there's no impact to the general fund. And if approved tonight, we'll continue along this timeline with design coordination and construction documents to be finalized by July 26th, permit approvals to be approved on or before August 16th, and construction commencing approximately early August, with the goal of completing construction and getting clients moved in by winter 2024 this year. And with that, happy to answer any questions regarding the project.
All right, thank you for your presentation. Does council have any questions of staff? Jeremiah Williams.
Thank you, Mayor. Edgar, do you have any other supporting agencies here supporting you today? Can you identify them, please?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. We have Stanislaus County Behavioral Health and Recovery Services here with us. We have a representative from Dignity Moves, Maureen Boyer. And we have RH Builders, our proposed operator for the project, with us here tonight.
Thank you. And welcome.
All right, Councilmember Wright.
Thank you, Mayor. Edgar, one of my questions is, I know budgets can get tight, and if for some reason down the road the county is not able to fund this, can these facilities be used for other providers that may want to take them over, either to, like Salvation Army or Gospel Mission?
So the short answer is yes, but we'll continue to seek out additional funding for this project in the event that, the state budget get cut or some other scenario occur. We will continue to seek out funding in order to ensure the continuation of the project.
Thank you.
My questions are surrounding the cost and the services that will be provided. So this provides case management, correct?
Correct.
And these are people that are experiencing substance use disorder and severely mentally ill. So they're going to need a lot of services.
Yes, absolutely, Mayor. And as mentioned, the priority population that will be served through this project will be care court clients, which are some of the most vulnerable in our community. They will enter into what's referred to as a care plan with a provider, which is County BHRS, who will assess their needs, determine the services that they need to be referred to, et cetera, et cetera. But the county will be responsible and owning this process with the clients and residents of the project.
And how many people should it These are single occupancy?
Single occupancy units, 42
And there's
units.
42 units?
Correct.
Do we know how many currently identified patient, I'm a nurse, so I think of them as patients, but clients meet that criteria in our county?
So we have, of the care court population, there are currently 15 going through the care court process at the moment, but the 15 is for the county as a whole. In terms of the individuals experiencing homelessness, who either have an SMI or substance use disorder, the percentage is really high, and unfortunately don't have that data, but I can certainly get that for you.
Okay, so this project is not exclusively for those that go through the care court?
No, it is not.
All right, then, okay. There will be...
It's the priority population, correct?
Correct,
Yeah.
got it. So that will be fabulous. This is really great that we're going to have a place designed for these people. Any other questions? Councilmember Williams.
Thank you, Mayor. Edgar, along the fence line facing 9th Street, is there a proposed type of mural or some sort that can go along that route or that fence to beautify that area? Is that something you all been talking about?
So absolutely, Councilmember Williams, that's a great question. We're actually exploring that for that fence line along the 9th Street area, correct.
Maybe, a picture of all the council up there or something. Just kidding, that wouldn't work very well.
So would there be an opportunity for community groups to be involved to help with beautification and to offer services?
Yes, absolutely. So we're already beginning, as we do with all of our projects, engaging our community partners, including our nonprofit community. And one of the suggestions that's already been made to us is to engage the Modesto Garden Club to offer any plants, tables possibly, in order to offer some value to the site.
All right, thank you. Any other questions from council members at this time? Seeing none, Councilmember Escutia Brayton, is there anyone present at your location that would like to speak on this item?
No, thank you.
All right, I will open it to the public here. Any members of the public that would like to come forward regarding item 23? All right, welcome.
Good afternoon once again. Sebastian Jones. Mayor, I'm here because I represent many. My main concern, I have to give you a little short story, but not long, is most of you guys wasn't here, but Lopez was here. And I know what Lopez might be going to think what I'm going to say, is when we did the Kansas house, everything was good. But they left out people of color. And I complained about it. Everything you guys approve, just like the marijuana house or whatever you want to call them, they didn't hire African American. I was standing right here when they was all here for you guys to approve them, and I got up and I said, are you going to hire some African American to work in your facility? And I made it my business after 6 months to go to each one of the facilities. Didn't see anybody look like me. Now, this is a serious matter. Don't think I don't understand what's going on here. I don't want this to be like the Kansas house. You go over there, you'll see what I'm saying. And I have to speak up. It's my duty to make it equal. Now, he was talking about these 42 units, which is a place for people. I'm for it, but I want it to be equal. I want to see some people in there look like me. And you have to understand, being who I am, that I have to be the voice. I was the voice for Kansas. Nobody did anything about it. But they was first served. And I wanted the people in the public know it's not right. just like the housing down there. They leave us out. And I have to at least put it on record, whether you do anything or not. This is what Mr. Jones do, because it's a hurting feeling when you're being denied. So whatever organization you have, you pass the word and let them know at least Mr. Jones is watching to see that it's equal. Go there to the Kansas House, you know what I'm talking about. I don't know if they put anybody in there, but at that, for a year. You guys wasn't here, but Lopez was here. And he heard me speak. And like I said, let's not forget people that looks like me. That's what we was talking about in the park. Somebody has to be a voice, like Dr. King, for everybody. So I hope whatever organization, and I have my own organization too, 501c, the Dr. Martin Luther King Committee. And I like to get involved to make sure, because I'm standing ground. I don't want to protest anymore, I'm tired. But I just want people to understand you wouldn't serve in my shoe. But I'm proud of what God gave me. I'm proud that I come from a preacher's son. I'm very proud. But I just want justice to be equal in these times. God bless you, and hope you understand where Mr. Jones is coming from. I'm not that bad. It's just that my passion. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other members of the public that would like to speak regarding item 23? Welcome.
Good evening, Mayor and City Manager and Council Member. Pam Esparza. I'm with the County Stanislaus Behavioral Health and Recovery Services. Unfortunately, Tony was here this evening, but he had a 7 o'clock meeting he had to go to, so he couldn't be here. I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank the city for their partnership in building many housing projects together. I look forward to this one. It's kind of the first of its kind in this area, so I think it's going to do some great things. I'm excited about it. We've been working on it for a while now, and just excited to get it going. So thank you guys for considering this.
All right, you're welcome. Any other members of the public? Seeing none, I will close public comments. Are there any comments from council members? Jeremiah Williams.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to thank Councilmember Nick Bavaro for taking that trip down to Santa Barbara early on after he became elected, and brought this back to the city of Modesto. And here we are today, and it's getting ready to happen. And so thank you for not just looking at life and saying, okay, all is well, but making sure that all is well for all people. So thank you, Nick.
All right, Councilmember Ricky.
Thanks, Mayor. I also want to thank Councilmember Rivaro for bringing this great concept to our city. This has the potential to really, make a difference in the severely mentally ill, severely addicted communities that we all witness nearly every day in the city. I also want to thank city staff for their dedication to this. I mean, putting together a deal like this is really, really hard, especially in a quick turnaround kind of situation like we're in with homelessness, as has been mentioned. So I appreciate the effort and bringing it home. Again, this is going to make a difference, and you all did a good job. Thank you.
Councilmember Bavaro.
Thank you, Mayor. Going to Santa Barbara was really a difficult and hard job. I would like to also acknowledge council members Ricky and Alvarez, especially Ricky for organizing the telephone call with Dignity Moves and having them explain the program and the concept, and we really got excited about it. And I'd like to also thank the city manager for showing the leadership in seeing this through. I gave him the business card, and here we are tonight. So I thank you to the city manager for making this happen, and also to Pam at Dignity Moves folks. So let's just get busy.
All right. Any other comments from council members regarding this item? I just have one brief comment that for 42 years I worked in the emergency room and took care of patients that were severely mentally ill and suffered greatly from substance use disorder. So this feels like full circle. That actually I've watched variations of how we care for patients that are in those situations in our state through the decades. And this is a new adventure again, and I'm optimistic that it will make a difference. But what I do know is it will make a difference in that one person's life who receives the help and support that they need to turn their life around and to live in a functional society. And so I'm really looking forward to this, and it's just interesting how our council comes together to solve these problems, and as was said earlier, such a time as this. So I'm grateful for this. I have a motion. This is two resolutions that I will read, and we can vote at once. A resolution approving a right of access agreement with Dignity Moves for the development of a 42-unit bridge housing project on a city-owned parcel located on the corner of 9th and E Street, and authorizing the city manager or his designee to negotiate and execute the agreement. A resolution approving a 3-year lease with Modesto BHBH LP in the amount of $1 per year for the operations of a 42-unit bridge housing project on a city-owned parcel located on the corner of 9th and E Street, and authorizing the city manager or his designee to negotiate and execute the agreement. Do I have a motion?
Make the
So
motion.
moved.
Second.
Moved by Councilmember Bavaro, seconded by Vice Mayor Alvarez. Will the clerk call the roll, please?
Councilmember Ricky?
Aye.
Councilmember Bavaro?
Aye.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Wright?
Aye.
Councilmember Scutia Brayton?
Aye.
Vice Mayor Alvarez?
Aye.
And Mayor Zwellen.
Aye. Carries unanimously. Are there any matters too late for the agenda? Seeing none, I am calling this meeting of the City Council to be adjourned.